So, hi everyone! Thank you for joining me in another lesson. This is actually a cleaner version of our Facebook Live session dated April 5, where I tried to teach you by walking you through one by request spreadsheet. I tried to teach you two formulas, but maybe there's a kind of the syncing that's happening between Facebook and my streaming application, and that's why the quality of the video was not the usual or what I intend for you guys to use. So this is why I'm reshooting this same topic, and this is something that I'm also gonna post on YouTube. So if you're watching it from YouTube, hi, but if you are watching this from Facebook, this is just gonna be another version or a clearer version of our date calculation and rounding topic. I hope you join me in this lesson. So this is actually to cater to one of our subscribers, si Ate Norcy. Ate Norcy, if you're watching this, thank you for sending your question. This is about calculating the number of years and the step increments for employees. And to give you a clearer walkthrough of it, and we're gonna talk about two formulas, date calculation and rounding. For that, I'll switch over and show you exactly what's happening in my screen in our streaming application. So let's get started. So our first step would be to calculate the years. So in calculating years, we're gonna use one formula, which is the dated if formula. So the dated if formula has three parts inside the parentheses. For the formula dated if, you have the date from, the date to, and how you want it presented or how you want it calculated. So the first part would be the date from. So for this part, we will use a cell which is in reference, because I will show you that in the spreadsheet later. But basically the first part there, which you can see the C2, would be the cell where the hiring date of the person is from. And today, with the open and close parentheses, that is basically telling Excel that we want the basis for the end date to be the date today. And the third part is a quotation, open and close quotation marks, that is Y, because we want to show the years. If we want to use M, that would be the months, D for the days. So that is how the formula is comprised of three parts. So to show you a clearer picture, I will go to our nangyari? Okay. So to show you a clearer picture, let's head on over to Excel. Okay, so for Excel, we have column F, where we want to show the years in service. And for this, we are using column C, the date of original appointment, the time the employee started working, and today. So we use here the dated if formula. We have a bar on the bottom of your screen on this side. So on that side, we have the more zoomed in or magnified version of the formula bar on the Excel file, just for easier reference, to make it a little bit easier for your eyes. So the dated if formula, so we used C2 as the date from, which is the actual date of original appointment, and then today as the end date, and we want to calculate the years. So that is why the formula looks that way. Now if we want it to show the number of months, we will change the Y to M. So as you can see, even if I show decimal points, this is already a round figure, because the dated if formula works in such a way that if there is a partial, or if it doesn't reach a whole year, it will not count a fraction of that year. So as you can see, there are 22 years appearing in the calculation. That is because from August 4, 1997 to today, which is April 5, 2020, we already have 22 years past, and it didn't reach 23 yet. So we have 22 years and some months. Excel just dropped the number of months. So it's just calculating the years. So 2019 to minus 1997 is actually 22 years. It's because Excel works in such a way that it only shows whole years. It will also apply for months. If I change the Y to M, it will show me months. So there are 272 months between August 1997 to April 2020. And it's not showing me a fraction. And if I change the M to D, then it will show me the number of days. So that is how the formula works. You can look at it as a limitation and tell me that. So if you need a calculation that is different, if you want exact figures, dated if is not the best way to go. Maybe we can talk about it in another video. But this is what the calculation for Atenorsi's sheet is for. This is the most applicable formula. That's why that's what we're gonna use. So just keep that note in mind. It's showing you full numbers only. So as you can see, we use today as the end date. This one you can also change. You can actually key in a date or the date value for a specific date, or you can use the end of the month. So in case you are running a payroll and you want to consider the end of the month as the applicable end date, you can change this and add EO month, and then the open parenthesis, and just add the comma 0, and it will calculate from the end of April, end of this end of the month of the date today, and use it as the basis of your end date. So if you use EO month, then it's showing 1,305, and if you don't use the EO month, then it will show 8,280. So that's one of the options you can consider if you use this formula. So you can use EO month, and that would be the basis for your number of years or number of months calculation. So I just want to put that in to maybe help you guys if you want to use it. Anyway, this is not Atenorsi already sent me copy of the spreadsheet with the correct formula for the years in service. It was already using the dated if formula and the years. However, she needs help in calculating the step increment. So the step increment, from what I understand from her email, is this: for every 3 years that a person stays in the same post, he or she is entitled to 1 step increment. So for example, I'm a senior analyst, and I've been a senior analyst for 3 years now. I am entitled to 1 step increment in my benefits. So that would be a full 3 years. So for every 3 years, you are entitled to 1. But if you just use the dated if formula and just divide it by 3, it will show us a decimal, a calculation with decimals, unless you are exactly, the output is exactly divisible by 3. So that is where the second function comes in. So we have to use the rounding formula. So for the rounding formula, let me give you a quick discussion about that. We have 3 options for rounding. So you can use round down, round up, and round. So for round down, you're telling Excel to automatically drop any fraction or any decimal from your number and not display that. So if you have 4 years divided by 3, the answer would probably be 1.33, and Excel will just drop the 0.33 and show you 1. Round up means it will automatically round up. If there is any decimal higher than the whole number, it will go a whole number up. And the third one is round. It will only apply the rounding rules on your calculation. And for that lesson on rounding, I think I'll just refer you to a video from Laika's channel. I'll just link the video in the description box below if you're watching from YouTube. If you are watching from Facebook, I'll just put a comment somewhere. So you can check that out to check the rounding rules. So let's go back to our spreadsheet so I can show you exactly what I mean, or how those different rounding options work. So here, for a step increment, as per Atenorsi, the basis would be the date of latest appointment. So in the latest appointment is not C2, where this is the date the person joined the company, we are using the date of latest appointment when the person was appointed to the post he or she is in now. So August 23, 2015 is our date from, and from October 23, 2015 to now, and then you divide that by 3. So as you can see, if we use round down, then it will drop the decimal. So we know that from 10/23/2015 to now, there are 4 years. So this 4 something years, but because we're using the dated if formula, it will show us 4. However, we don't want 1.33 to appear, so we use round down, and this is how it should be resolved. Because if we don't use round down, if we use round up, it will show us 2, because the number of, because 4 divided by 3 is 1.33, it will automatically assign the value of 2 and round it up. But if we use round, it will show us 1, because as per the rounding rules, 1.33 should be rounded down to 1. But we are not going to use that for this specific sheet, because we want it to always round down. You don't want step increments that are higher than what should be awarded, or that is and that will happen if we just use round and round up. For example, if the output is 1.66, or then it will show 2 instead of 1. So we always want it to round down, and that's why that is the formula that we use. So we used round down, dated if, from date of last appointment to today. We want to show it in years, we divide it by 3. And that number, we want to use to display it with 0 decimals. So that is why there is a comma 0 there. And that is how we come up with the formula for step increment. I hope this addresses your question, Ate Norcy. I don't know if it does. If it doesn't, please feel free to reply via email and give me a follow-up question. And yeah, but this is what I think I can help you with, and what I understand from our discussion. So to round it up, we discussed 2 formulas: the dated if formula for calculation of dates, and the rounding formulas for round up, round down, or round, which can help you when calculating figures. So that is our lesson for this evening, and I hope you learned something new, and I hope I helped you kind of excel in a small way, and go on and be a better person today than you were yesterday. Thank you, and God bless. Thank you for hanging out with me. And if you do have any questions, if you have any suggested topics, please feel free to reach out via our Facebook page, Coach Chubby. And yeah, sorry. So feel free to reach out via our Facebook page, Coach Chubby, and our Instagram at Coach Chubby. We also have our YouTube page where you can comment on this video. Have a great day, and God bless. Stay safe. See you again.